Good day, everyone. Today I'll be talking about climate change. What's happening around us is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Like cutting across continents from like Caribbean island and Latin America, we see cases of heat waves, hurricanes, coming down to Africa. We see cases of devastating floods, rocking them in some parts of Ghana, Nigeria, and other continents have climate issues that they are being bedeviled with. Like climate change is no longer a distant problem, it's happening around us and affecting our health. Recently I was going through an article in the World Meteorological Organization page, and I saw a report about extreme weather events in Africa, and I saw that about 13 million people were affected in 2025. Out of that 13 million people, about 3,000 deaths were recorded, within which flooding is being one of the leading cause of the hazards. So today, I want us to focus briefly on two major concerns, which are extreme heat and flooding. Let me begin with extreme heat. Extreme heat is more than simply feeling uncomfortable. Prolonged exposure to heat to extreme weather can lead to dehydration, heat exhaustion, and in severe cases, heat stroke. I've had an experience of that recently, and trust me, it wasn't a good one. So we should pay particular concern in such cases to pregnant women, because pregnancy already places additional demands on the women's cardiovascular system and their thermoregulatory system, so as to be able to compensate for the baby and the mother, because everything that goes to her splits. So let's try to make intentional efforts, because these women are more vulnerable to extreme heat. Let's talk to them to stay hydrated during this hot weather. We should be deliberate in sensitizing them at the grassroots level and at every level we can, and they should be able to stay hydrated by taking like 2 to 3 liters of water, just as stated by the WHO as a guide, and to just stay hydrated. They should also be advised to wear light and loose fitting clothing to avoid unnecessary exposure to extreme heat, and to stay in a very cool and well ventilated environment whenever possible. Coming down to flooding. Flooding is another serious concern. While heavy rainfalls and hurricanes and changing weather patterns can contribute to flooding, our actions can sometimes make the situation worse. Yeah, our actions and inactions, we can maybe participate in this directly, or watch persons, indulging in activities that lead to that without talking. For example, we can watch people throwing plastic sachets, food waste and other refuse into gutters, their household waste into gutters, water waste, thereby blocking drainage systems that should, carry rainwater away. And when heavy rainfall comes, the water has nowhere to go. So any available channels, will lead to our houses and all. Flooding can also, contaminate our water sources, increasing the risk of diseases, causing injuries, drowning, disrupting, our homes, our livelihoods, and in rare cases, shut down even the healthcare system. So what can we do as individuals? We may not be able to control this climate. Yeah, we may not be able, but we can control how prepared we are. We can stay informed. We can be intentional about disposal of our wastes properly. We can also take weather warnings seriously, prepare our families, and protect those who are the most vulnerable, as mentioned earlier. Climate change is not just an environmental issue. It's a health issue, it's a community issue, it's an issue that concerns every one of us. The earlier we understand this and make necessary adjustments, the better prepared we would be.